Hi there, I hope everyone's having a good day. It's another beautiful sunny afternoon here in my Animal Crossing island, and today I'm going to redo again the southwest portion of my island where I am experimenting with different types of landscapes. Today I'm deciding to pick a painting that's full of flowers. It's technically an untitled work, but it has also been referred to as simply a field of bluebonnets. This is painted by Julian Onderdonk, and it is currently housed in the Dallas Museum of Art. As you can see here, it is a lovely landscape with trees in the background and just a huge field of blue flowers. Technically they're bluebonnets, but you can see some smatterings of yellow in there as well, and some different hues in terms of the blue color. I wanted to give a big flowery field a try because all of us has at some point probably accumulated a large number of flowers, and to arrange them artfully is a nice thing to have. Alright, so here I am back, and let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do is just put down a bunch of trees in the back and the sides, and there's Paula walking by. And then fill in the rest with mainly blue and purple hyacinths, but I have a few yellow ones as well that I am going to be putting in to bring a little bit of a highlight to the field and to emulate that little strip of yellow that was in that painting there. So I'm primarily putting the big trees in the back and sides, although there are going to be some smaller ones, hi Paula, mixed in as well as I get closer to the center. And I think I will put maybe a few more here. So Julian Onderdonk is an American painter in the Impressionism period, and he is well known for primarily these bluebonnet featured landscapes of Texas. So he was born in San Antonio, grew up there. He did study in New York for a little while, but in 1909 he moved back to Texas and was really, really popular for these landscapes of bluebonnets in particular, but other landscapes of the Texas. Hi, Paula, you seem to be just hanging out there. Other, Texas landscapes. I think that's looking good. Let's go ahead and put some smaller trees around. Well, I like Paula a lot, but she seems to be hanging out a bit more than usual. There. There she goes. So Julian Onderdonk has also been called the father of Texas painting. So many museums have a good number, I should say many of the bigger museums in Texas have a really nice collection of paintings by him. So I had my pick of different bluebonnet fields to work with. But this one drew my eye as one that I thought would be particularly particularly interesting or appropriate for Animal Crossing tools that we have. I think this is coming along quite nicely. So this artist was born in an artist family. I didn't know this, but his father was also a well-known artist, and his sister was quite prominent as an artist and sculptor in Texas as well. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and put some bushes down. And he grew up in a situation where art was obviously supported, and he went to study at age 19 in New York with another famous American artist, William Merritt Chase. Really learned how to paint in the fashion of, painting outdoors, catching the, let's see, new one here, catching the lighting and just the freshness, I guess, of landscapes. This is fun. You just pretty much, no, you can't see it there. Pretty much just put trees and shrubs wherever you like. It does take a long time to grow them all, though. That was a bit of a challenge. And we're filling all this out with flowers. Yeah, we're going to need some more here. I'm just putting down bushes. The paintings of his, particularly the Bluebonnets, as I mentioned, are well known. And George W. Bush actually had one of his works in the White House. So it's a prominent feature when it comes to, or his work is a prominent part of Texas history. And I would imagine Texas pride. Okay. Plant one more. I think this is good enough. I could always add more later. Alright, I'm gonna go on a field trip and get some of those flowers. I'll see you back in a sec. Well, I'm back, and this time I have a pocket full of flowers, and let's go ahead and see if they are enough to fill this plot out. If not, happy to put in some more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with getting that line of yellows in, because there was just that hint of a line of yellow, kind of in that back section. So I'm going to get that in, and then I'm going to fill the rest in with blue hyacinths and purple hyacinths to add a bit of color, or kind of a difference in hue. And I think that the purple hyacinths are bluish enough where it still feels blue, especially if it's mixed in with a lot of the, like if the blues and purples were mixed together, it would still look overall blue. This might work. Alright, so we've got the line of yellows, and we'll just fill in a bunch of space with blue hyacinths. And throw in a purple one here and there. So I read that the Bluebonnets were made the Texas state flower back in 1901. These are plants that are primarily found in the southwestern part of the U.S. So it makes sense that a southwestern state like Texas would claim it as a distinctive flower for them. They're called bluebonnets presumably because the little flowers on them look a lot like the bonnets that women wore back in sort of pioneering days. And I have already run out of blue hyacinths. Fortunately, I planted a bunch, so I have some more. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back yet again with more flowers. And I'm realizing I am running a bit low on the blue ones, so I'm going to put some more of these purple ones down. And I am going to leave some green space. In the painting, there was green space. It looked like there were maybe shrubs or just the green parts of the plants peeking in here and there. So I will leave some green space and maybe put some weeds down to make it look, at least it's not completely bare. And what I made is more of these purple ones in the back area, since it seems like it's a little bit darker back here. So more purple and a touch of blue. Oh, this is really nice. This really does look like a big field of pretty flowers. Let's see, I'm gonna walk back. Yeah, we need to fill in this space more. Some purple here. I read that there are bluebonnets in just a lot of parts of Texas. It was actually a project of Lady Bird Johnson way back when to encourage people to plant native Texas plants along Texas highways as a way to beautify the landscape in the area. And that resulted in a lot of bluebonnets being planted along the highway, which means driving by it's really quite pretty. But it also means that, I'll put one over here, that people would, pull over on the side of the road to take photos, which wasn't exactly the safest thing, or still isn't exactly a safe thing. But I have family in Texas, and they still do that. I don't know if they necessarily pull off the side of the road, but they, whenever guests will come to visit, they will, if the season's right, they will invite them out to a field to take photos. Okay, I'm using the last of my blue hyacinths. I'm impressed that I was able to fill out the space. Let me think here. Put another blue one here, purple one here. And start laying down some weeds here and there. Now the weeds will grow, but I can always trim them later if they get to be too big. But for right now, it makes it look like this is an overgrown area, which is kind of what we're looking at. And I think that as this field sticks around a while, the flowers will eventually multiply and fill in some of the space as well, which will be nice. Yeah, just maybe a few more here. Yeah. And put another flower here. What do you think? I am really liking this. Okay, one more weed here. I think I could put in weeds all day. But in the end, we have a gorgeous fields of blue flowers, a touch of yellow, and some shades of purple as well, surrounded by a backdrop of trees and shrubs. All right, I'm being compulsive here. I'll add one more flower to this space. Very nice. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did and am inspired to use some of those excess flowers that you have in an artful way to build a lovely field of flowers in your spring Animal Crossing Island. Have a good day, everyone.